Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, Civil War, Grump Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 36 of our Federal Spring of 61 campaign. Now, no new viewer units to add in, and I am not going to be accepting any more viewer units for this series. As we've seen from the last couple of episodes, we're kind of nearing the end game now. So, I'm going to jump into the historical record, and once again, just as a reminder to everybody, these videos are always chaptered, so you can skip around to whichever part you so choose. A letter from Jerome T. West, 5th New York Volunteers. My dearest Marion, moved north out of New Orleans and caught the rebels at Baton Rouge. It was a severe firefight outside the woods in a wheat field. We forced a rebel cavalry unit into retreating before we got slightly entangled with one of our own cavalry units. Then we moved on to the main body, left flank of the Rebs. In our division, we were first to bring them under fire. As we advanced, we kept shooting them, and they stood their ground, unlike the last battle where they just ran away, forcing us to run after them. Then the cavalry came back, and one by one they broke the rebel units until the rebels fled the field, with over one-third surrendering to us. However, I have quite a number of letters to write home, telling of the unwavering loyalty of those who gave their lives in last full measure upon this battlefield. All my own love always. Jerome T. West. Once again, as always, thank you to everybody who submits their letters, diary entries, and newspaper reports to the series. I do enjoy them immensely. Alright, moving on to the recap. As you can see with the front lines we have going here, do have some blobs laying out in our own territory where the rebels are, so we're going to go over those. So things are still looking to remain quiet along the Potomac line here, though the rebels look like they are massing up again. They do have a lot of forces in the area. Still have this one smallish corps sitting over here by Marietta, and I am now raising the 8th Corps, which is only going to be one infantry division, a cavalry brigade, and an artillery battery. Nothing crazy. They're forming up right now. They are under command of Philip St. George Cook, who was the 1st Division commander of the 1st Corps and the 1st Army. And Cochran has replaced him as the commander of that division. The division under his command is under control of Dimnick, who was the commander of McClellan's Lumberjacks. And I just have some generic brigades forming up underneath them. So once they are ready to go, they're actually going to come over here and start Overwatch on West Virginia, where 1st Corps used to sit at. Now, 2nd Corps, 1st Corps is over here at St. Louis. There's a rebel corps somewhere here in the Pinckneyville, Salem area. I don't have a sighting on them at all. So they're going to have orders to move down to Pinckneyville and see if we can't chase this corps back over the border. After that, they're going to start chasing after Lawton, Loring, and Lee. I need to get these guys south of the border again. I want these areas cleaned up. It's not militarily needed except for Indianapolis. They're actually starting to flip Indianapolis on us. But I do want them gone. It's just an annoyance to me. This is an Army headquarters, so it doesn't control any land. Down here, 5th Corps is actually on its way up to Muskogee because they're actually having supply issues. And there was a depot being built at Fort Gibson, so that'll get them closer to supply. 2nd Corps is now at its winter quarters at Mountain Burning, building a supply depot in preparations for moves against Memphis and Corinth come to start of spring season. 7th Corps is still working on the supply depot here at Fort Arbuckle. As soon as that's complete, we'll move against the Wichita Agency and chase down the last 2 corps of the rebels in this area. They should have no supplies, so they should be easy to beat. 6th Corps. After his battle of Baton Rouge, the enemy corps has retreated to Brashear, because somehow when they took Baton Rouge, they got control of Brashear. I don't know how that works, but it's the way it is. So they're moving back down to New Orleans right now, and from there they're going to move to Brashear to see if we can't disintegrate this corps, or at least force it back east of the Mississippi. The Gulf Squadron is on its way back to the Keys to rest and refit its ships, because we have taken now Fort Clinch, Fort McAllister, and Fort Pulaski. And our next target will be Fort Walker. outside of Port Royal. And the ships for the River Squadron are complete, so we'll get them in the water this episode, and we'll start clearing out the Mississippi. Hopefully those ships will be enough. If not, it won't be an issue for the rest of this campaign, to be honest with you. And the ironclads are about 70% complete. So they should be in the water maybe next month. I think that covers everything there. It is now October 1st, so we're going to go into the monthlies here. Economy. Current rating of our nation is A-. It's actually at A. Our debt remained unchanged compared to last month. Currently, our liabilities still amount to $1.1 billion. It says our tax revenues increased by $19 million last month. That might be the first time that number's been accurate. And once again, the imports exports is kind of bugged out. Average corporate production over the last 3 months was $365 million, a change of plus $2.8 million. It was still lacking all the same thing: iron, food, locomotives, all that good stuff. As usual, you can catch up on some of it, but it's really a fool's errand. For your finances, I did just spend a ton of money. I placed down 2 supply depots, so that did run into a bit of cash. So we're now negative $2.7 million. But we are now spending $226 million more than we are bringing in. But with the banks that we have working for us, this has not been an issue. We haven't gotten any more bonds since I built all those banks. The banks are a very powerful tool. Once you have them unlocked, they do wonders for your economy. Getting rid of all the state banks and nationalizing the bank system does wonders for the economy. Intelligence. Rebels are working on war bonds. And they completed the following projects: Legacy Rifles, Kindness King, Market Reform. Legacy Rifles is a bit late for that. And they actually grew relations with Great Britain by 1.9%. That actually comes from Kindness King. It says they recruited 7,500 more men into 5 brigades and started building another 7 ships. Morale of Confederate Army is currently at 45%, change of plus 3% recently. The enemy's lost 2 high-ranking officers dead. That's Baldwin and Diverell. And we've also wounded quite a few more and captured quite a few. Baton Rouge was a windfall of officers for us. Minute strategy. Our national morale is at 72 to their 39. National support, we're at 50 to their 54 because we control so much of their territory. Our support's low. Morale of armies, ours is at 63 to their 44. Men fielded, we have 215,404 in the field to their 201,739. I'm sure they'll correct this soon enough, as the Battle of Baton Rouge just happened a few days ago. Total casualties right now, we're at 125,982 to their 379,081. We've also won 73 battles to their 7. The 7 battles they won are just fort sieges. They have not won a single land engagement against us. All right, policies. Currently, we're working on Revenue Act 3, and that's going to take another 66 days. Get us some more tax money coming in. And projects. Not much that we want here. I'll take another level of infrastructure reform. Might as well do suppress population. We do take... Yeah, might as well spend the money. It's there. Suppress population. There's really nothing over here military-wise that we want or need. Can't recruit agents, but I'm really... The effectiveness of our spy network is just... Yeah, let's spend the money. Brings it to 35% from 30. That's probably not going to help us too much. You know, we got the money, spend it there, supply depots. All right. We have the money, there's nothing we really need, so it's there, might as well spend, otherwise it's just going to sit there unused and doesn't do us any good. All right, I think that covers everything for now, so I'll be back with the next major incident. Alright, now October the 7th, and 6th Corps has caught up with Maxie Gregg's Army of the Transmiss at Brashear in Louisiana. So far, the only Corps who wants to fight us. 1st Corps has actually been moving at a quick pace up in the northern regions. We'll go look at that real fast. So, he's been moving around pretty quickly. He started here. He's now all the way the hell over here. He ran down Robertson's Corps, which was over here. Some reason they retreated back into Missouri, and I was trying to figure out why, and for some reason Warsaw was showing as an uncontrolled town. It wasn't controlled. None of the IPs controlled it. It was actually an uncontrolled town. So I have to keep that in mind for the future. I've never noticed that before. I figure it would be under control of Leavenworth or St. Louis, but it is not. So probably a spot to build a fort in the future to make sure it stays under control of somebody. Because it shows up on the front lines as this is like a white area. It's not red, it's not blue. It's like a neutral zone. So you got to put some type of control point there. And 1st Corps has been running down everybody over here. So chased him out of Salem. We ran Lawton out of Paoli. He's heading south to Louisville. Next, we got to head north up in Indianapolis and chase Loring's Corps out of Indianapolis. They've been covering a lot of ground really quickly. But that is not what we are here for. So, 6th Corps is bringing 26,603 infantry, 4,700 cavalry, and 58 guns against Maxie Gregg's 20,104 infantry, 624 cavalry, and 44 guns. So maybe they'll put up a fight like they did last time, but once again, they have no supplies. I'm actually surprised they're even fighting us. Let's see if we can capture as many of their brigades as we did last time. I'll see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Brashear City. So we are on the attack. The rebels are defending Bronzeroth's Ford. And this is going to be pretty straightforward for us once again. No crazy maneuvering, don't need it. It's a much smaller force than us. I can probably deal with them with the 1 to 2 division. We're going to come straight down the road up to here. And then set up in battle line to approach down this way. Because they should be set up defensively here, looking up this way. Or they could be, I would honestly be defending over here at the Centerville Logging Railroad. This is the best defense point, right here along this road, catch the units as they approach, but you don't know what the AI is going to do. So I'm going to get my troops on the move, and I'll come back in once we have contact with the rebels, and I can decide on a type of attack plan. All right, it's now 9 a.m. of day 1. We do have the rebel side, and they are down here in this bowl, leading down to the fort. Not a very good position at all. They're just kind of standing there waiting for us. So I'm actually going to do the same thing I did in the last battle. So I'm going to set a division up here with the artillery. We're going to have another division move down onto this track over here, leading down to these. I don't know why they built these pontoons. Whenever the AI has pontoons in its deployment zone, it will build them. We're going to send another division down here onto this track to attack from the rear, and another division from over here in the front. Do I send the cavalry around here to block? So I can cross them here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get them on the move. Bring your scouts. We don't need them anymore. Come down that way and we'll move you around into position. It's going to take a while for my army to get up to kind of spread out along the road right now. So it'll be a few more hours where I get this kicked off. So I'll be back. All right, it's now 11:16 in the morning. All my forces are in position, except for the artillery, which is just arriving into position now. So I'm not really sure I'm going to have good firing arcs from where they are. Probably not. As they're down on this bowl. We got to get the artillery up to here for them to be useful. But the infantry's in position, so I basically have the rebels surrounded by my 3 divisions, and the cavalry's across here overwatching this fort and this pontoon. Half the army of the rebels is set up here, and the other half is down here in this swamp along Eagle Creek, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But we're going to kick this attack off now. All right, 5th Division, start marching downhill, please. I want you guys moving straight, no roads. There we go. Straight down the hill, please. Over here, Ozark Mountain, we're going to have you guys... Don't want to do this, but we're going to have you march into the swamp a bit here. Man's down here next to them. Midwest Raiders coming next to them. A little bit of a shift, but we need to get somebody into... We got to get someone on this part of the swamp. I don't want to put any of my guys down in there, but it's got to get done. And one of my batteries is firing at least. And why is this guy waiting on orders? Let's just send a halt order and that should clear that up. Should clear it up. Oh, he's got to send a rider because he's sitting outside of bugle range. Why the division commanders set off behind the left or right instead of centered on their division never makes sense to me. Alright, that's cleared up. I'm going to advance them straight at the skirmishers and push them in. Gotta turn roads off on you. Actually, we're going to have you go a little more polite because the other division is coming in and just give you advance orders, push into that skirmish line. Fifth is engaging. Straight down the hill, boys. Straight down. Right, let's bring you in. Right here at this crossroads, probably the best spot for you. Zark, make a beeline for Loring. Erie, make a beeline for Tappan. Midwest, make a beeline for Sheffield. And I'm not going to push the cavalry across as I believe the rebels should retreat right through these units. They just left themselves in a really bad position here. Sometimes you see AI generals pull off some amazing feats. This is not one of them. Oh, all my artillery is firing. Okay. I think it would be. They do have parrots. They really shouldn't be able to lob shots down into here. That'd take a really skilled artillery crew to do that. Harrison's getting ready to break already. Right to the edge of the trees. So are you, Lake Erie? I've gotten your advanced orders. There you go. There goes one brigade. Alright, 5th. Keep pushing forward. There's devils. Oh yeah, this is slowly closing in on them. They got no chance here. Somebody can get out over this way. I'm not too worried about that. They're going to retreat through us instead of over the ford. Hoping to force them across the ford where the cavalry can get them. These guys are not, because there's no way from the shift to face anybody. God. Hopefully this destroys the core. I don't want to keep chasing them. We're in the winter season. Moving into it. It's October. Commander moving up with that brigade. And I've actually come to the decision I'm no longer going to catch and release any captured rebels. We're going to keep them. Just getting shot in the back now. This force is falling apart faster than I thought it would. You know what? Swing down this way, help with the swamp. West Raiders can close up that gap. Start leaving brigades behind because of this. Oh, they face us to fight? Really? I mean, I planned this, but this is going better than I thought it would. Holy crap. ourselves along the road here. Weird facing. I know I gave you advance orders. Jersey Devils are running out of ammo. Sharps rifles. You gotta love them and hate them at the same time. Keep chasing them, boys. Keep chasing them. All my men are they've been in non-stop movement since the start of the day. They basically, everybody got into the same into their positions around the same time, so nobody got a rest. Pontoons like I was hoping they would. Really hoping they retreat over the fords into pontoons. What is that? That's a small brigade. 400 men in that brigade. Oh, poor Huron's taking a hit. They had them marching in and they were just taking canister shots over here. There you go, this one's running for the ford. These guys doing? There they go. Pretty down here, so the division commanders are where they need to be. And Grant, you might as well catch up. Everybody's down there now, except for the artillery. Everybody's winded now, so I really don't want to send anybody charging in. You guys are okay. Alright. Charge the guns. Time to finish this. Bayonets and buttstocks, boys. Let's go. And Huron broke, okay. But they broke that battery too, that's fine. That's no fault of their own. I didn't realize how many casualties they were taking from that battery. Here's a withdrawal. We got any brigades to surrender yet, but we can try. I think it's worth trying to get my cavalry across the bridges at this point. We'll try that too. I really thought they were going to retreat this way. They just chose not to. Chase them down. You boys forever to get mounted. Just exhausted. Shoot them while the other unit charges in. Bag me some of these brigades, please. He's retreating right through you. You don't have to unsheath your sabers. Just hit him with the flats. Knock him out. Still seeing that a minor victory. Huh. Almost to a major. I don't know if we'll get it. Oh, there we go. There's the major. And now they're going across the bridge. Georgia Mountain Loyalists and Jersey Devils are putting in a lot of work today. Never got any of the brigades to surrender. I think we took too many last battle. I'm not going to let us take so many this time around. These guys have nowhere to go. Taking that brigade. These guys should have surrendered by now. There's 2 brigades left. We'll just speed this along. Let them go. No point in chasing them anymore. That went a lot more smoothly than even I anticipated. I think I could pat myself on my back for that one. They took down 6,000 of their 21,000 infantry, 300 or 650 cavalry, had all 45 of their guns, total loss of 7,000 of their 22,000 men. Lost 1,596 of our 26,599 infantry. Sadly, a lot of those came out of Port Huron because I wasn't paying attention. I lost 350 of our 4,700 cav, 0 of our 58 guns, total loss of 1,946 of our 32,163 men. I will take that every day of the week. Save this real fast and look at the paperwork. Engineers did not fight. 2nd Cavalry Division. Raincoat Riders did 362 to infantry, captured 629. 29 to cavalry, captured 53. 2 to artillery, total 1,075. The Black Hoof did 3 to infantry, captured 329, and captured 129 artillerymen for total 461. Division total 1,536. 6th Infantry Division. 3rd Port Huron did 187 to infantry, took 60 prisoners, 72 to artillery, captured another 27 for total 348. Blucher's Brigade did 104 to infantry, 3 to artillery for total 108. Georgia Loyalist Mountain Rifles did 389 to infantry, captured 323, 26 to artillery, captured 159 for a total 909. Division total 1,365. 5th Infantry Division. Royal Black Watch really didn't fight, did 18 to infantry. Jersey Devils did 719 to infantry, captured 554, 6 to cavalry, 71 to artillery, captured another 119. Brigade total 1,474. Looks like the Jersey Devils will be getting the Grumpy Seal of approval for this battle. 5th New York Volunteers did 240 to infantry, 53 to cav, total 295. Division total 1,787. 4th Division. Ozark Mountain Daredevils did 813 to infantry, 198 captured, total 1,031. Midwest Raiders did 295 to infantry, 136 to cav, 30 to artillery for total 465. Lake Erie Rifles did 373 to infantry, captured 326, 1 to artillery for total 700. Division total 2,196. Artillery Division, they were firing, but they didn't do much. Division total was 61. I'm not going to go through each battery. All right, we didn't lose any officers. Let's see if we got any of theirs. Greg got away again. Captured Major Nethercutt. Wounded Dowling. Wounded Haygood. Captured Braxton. Wounded James. We got 5 officers this time. Not too bad. We'll get closed out here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Brashear City. Well, Brashear City is ended with the Army transmits retreating in panic. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,025 men. There are 577 killed and 4,841 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,946 men, with 382 killed, 295 missing, and the rest wounded. Captured 4,700 rifles and 24 guns from the field. Sent 4,747 soldiers off to our specialty resorts for them. And it looks like they blamed the defeat on a poor lieutenant colonel. Feel sorry for him. I'll get this one rolled off. I was hoping to disintegrate this core, but that just did not happen. There they go. Wonder where they're going to retreat to this time. Probably back up here to Natchez. Alright, 6, back to New Orleans. Take the trains, you deserve the rest. Alright, Nothing much has really changed on the map at all. The only thing I have changed is 5th Corps. I did move them away from Muskogee. Decided I really didn't need them up here. So they are on their way to Richmond, Louisiana, where they are going to winter over prior to their attack onto Vicksburg during the spring offensive. So I think 7th Corps is more than enough to handle what's up this way. So I only have 3 attack routes going through the deep south here, so I really don't need 7th Corps over in this vicinity for the spring. I need the rest of the army in this vicinity. Alright, I do believe there's a good place to end this episode. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. I'm no longer accepting brigades into the army as we are entering the end game. So, once again, following series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button, butt stroke that comment section, get the algorithm working in our favor, and I will see you all at the next one. Stay grumpy.